Well, welcome to Digger Lakes, and today you can probably tell we're fishing Snails Lake. It's a complex I've not actually been to before. Actually, I'll tell a lie, I have been here once before. When I was a lot younger, I fished the other lake called Percy's, but it's actually the first time I've actually had a bit of a look at this lake. I'm really impressed. There's islands everywhere, there's 17 swims. We are on a social, so most swims are taken up, so it is busy. But the nice thing with this lake is you can't see anyone. Sounds antisocial, but in fishing terms, when you can't see anyone, you've got your own water that's not been interfered by anglers to your left and to your right, which is really nice. Today we're fishing in Peg 14, which again the lake's new to me, so I haven't got a clue what the bottom's like, how deep it's, I haven't got a clue what the go methods are, so we're going to be learning on the go. But I've heard Peg 14 is a reliable swim, and hopefully it will remain reliable for this weekend I'm here for. So let's get these rods out and get fishing. Well, that sun's gone down now, and this is absolutely lovely. It's been so hot today, I think I'm burnt a little bit, but hopefully it's all going to be worth it tonight. I'm going to try and talk quite quietly because there is some carp in my area, which is obviously a good sign. All three of my rods stayed in pretty much the same area. I'm saying pretty much because I did move the right hand rod just about a metre off where it actually was originally into deeper water. I found a spot that's about 4.5 foot deep. And it's solid as well, it's definitely gravel. And so I'm thinking when it gets a bit cool like it is now, you know, into the night, it's going to drop a lot in temperature wise. Are the fish going to stay up on the shallow ledges? I don't think they all will, that's for sure. I think some of them will probably push into the deeper water. I've been getting some line bites on the fish, on the rods that I'm fishing over the far margin, sorry. So that's indicating to me the fish are obviously between me and that bait. So are they just off that ledge? Possibly. But I've got all bases covered now. I've got each ledge, well, I've got a bait in 3 foot of water, bait in 3.5 foot of water, and a bait in about 4.5 foot of water. So I've got 3 different depths covered. They're all fishing relatively same presentation. I've got 2 fish in pink, 1 fish in yellow. And yeah, I'm feeling, it's hard to feel confident, but because I don't know the place, but of what I've seen, you know, there's carp in the area, the rods went out well, I'm confident in the bait, confident in the rigs. Yeah, I think we've got a relatively good chance tonight, I reckon. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed. It'd be nice to get off the mark quite quickly. And yeah, hopefully we do get one tonight. Well, it's not the biggest, but he's certainly a good looking fish. And first fish from anywhere is a bonus. First fish from a new water is a mega bonus. He has got a few spool marks on him, so I'm going to treat them all in a minute. But we're awesome fish, and what a way to get off a mark. I don't really care if I don't catch anymore, because that is an absolute stunner. What a fish. What a fish. Well, I think a worse way to start the morning. I'm actually really happy with that, to be fair. I'm getting a lot more line bites now as well, so I reckon we might have another chance. We've got a nice wind trickling through now, and honestly, it's feeling really good. It's going to be quite hot today, about 21 degrees, so I think everyone wants to go for breakfast soon at Cafe, because I've got to remember it's like a stag do fishing weekend, so it is a social event, and I can't be out here social and fish the whole time, can I really? So I'm going to bring the rods in about half an hour's time, put some bait out there, and I probably won't cast back out again until 4ish. Everyone else will, but my thought process is, when that sun comes up and the wind backs off, it's going to be hot, and realistically, are we going to have a good chance of getting a bite? There's always a chance, of course, but I think that chance is going to be very minute, and I reckon having a little bit of bait in the water, 3 or 4 pouches of bait over each spot, keeping the rods out, might just let the fish pass through the swim freely when everyone else is crashing leads and baiting, poling baits out and driving bait boats everywhere. It might give the fish a bit of like a safe place, and having no rods in the water, the odd fish might come in for a mouthful, move off, and then hopefully by tonight they'll be confident, and then we'll be in for a good hit tonight. That's the plan. It might not work, but it might do, so we're going to see what happens. And yeah, that's going to be my game plan for today. So basically, I'm not fishing. I'm just going to bring the rods in, bait up, and get back on it tonight. But I'm feeling pretty confident. So yeah, I reckon it's going to be breakfast time very, very soon. And it's a well-deserved breakfast. A very well-deserved breakfast. One of the spots I'm fishing next is really, really silty, and that spot I'm talking about is right up my right hand margin where I saw the fish passing through earlier that were giving me the line bites, and I've got to work out a way how to present on that bottom effectively to give myself a best chance of picking up another one of these fish. So to do that, I've chosen to use a helicopter leader. This is called a safe zone leader, and I've moved the bead 1.5 foot up the leader just so we got that much room to play with. I don't think it's as silty as that's down there, but just in case we have got the allowance there. Rig wise, I've chose to use a 8 to 9 inch fluorocarbon D-rig. It's a rig I've took absolutely everywhere with me, and I've got utmost confidence in it. My hook to land ratio has been phenomenal so far. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm confident with this. It's what I caught on earlier as well, so that's got to play a big part. And then bait presentation wise, I've gone for a 16mm GS10 and a pink B5 pop-up. Again, hook bait wise, it's my go-to everywhere. I didn't have any luck on yellow this morning. Caught on pink. I think a fish that was caught yesterday was on pink as well, so I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it is a going method. So all 3 going on to pink. I know it could be risky putting all my eggs in one basket, but we have caught, so I reckon I'm going to stick with this now, stick with this plan, get all 3 rods out, and hopefully it's not going to be too long before one of these rattle off again. Right, let's get you bays out. Well, that's our session over at Digger Lakes. It was a really tough weekend in the heat. Only 3 fish come out over the whole lake, and luckily I was one of the people to catch. So I'm absolutely over the moon. So I can't leave here too unhappy. But my first impressions is this lake is a challenge, but it's a really, really nice venue. The swims are nicely laid out. There's so many features to go at. It's definitely somewhere that will keep you thinking, and if you put the effort in, it is really, really rewarding. So I'll definitely be back here in the future, but before I do come back here, I have got a few places got to go on my mind, a few target fish on these other waters, but I'll certainly be back here again in the future. So thank you all for watching, and hopefully I'll see you soon.